Hi everyone! Today I'll go over some details of a Big Four accounting intern salary and share my personal experience from living in New York City and San Francisco, working at two different Big Four public accounting firms. To give some background, in 2019, from January to March, I worked in financial services assurance in New York City, and my wage at the time was a little over $29 an hour. If you are interested in a winter internship, expect to use a lot of Excel, learn a lot on the job, and work a lot of hours. Interns typically work anywhere from 45 to 60 hours a week, but every hour you work above 40, you will be paid 1.5 times your hourly wage. My gross income in New York City ended up being a little over $17,000, but taxes took out 32% of that amount. When you file your tax return at year end, you do get some of that money back. On the other hand, in SF, I was an intern from June to August, and I worked in core assurance. My wage at the time was $30 an hour. My gross income was a little over $9,000, with taxes taking out 26% of that amount. And as a summer intern, you can expect to work pretty constant 40-hour weeks. In terms of living expenses, New York City and SF are two of the most expensive cities in the US, so expect a very high cost of living. In New York, I lived in the flex room of a 1-bedroom, 1-bath in Long Island City, and my rent was $1,600 a month. One thing I do regret is not negotiating the price. If you are looking for a short-term sublease, I highly recommend you negotiate. And in SF, I also lived in a living room, but it was in a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and my rent was $1,500 a month. The next expense is transportation, and in New York City, I paid for a monthly subway pass, which was around $125 a month, while in SF, I lived close enough where I could walk to work, so I did not have a set transportation expense. And lastly, in terms of food, this will vary a lot from person to person, depending on how often you eat out and how selective you are with groceries. So I'll just leave this expense out. For starting salaries in public accounting, this is New York City and SF specific. You can expect to earn anywhere from $60,000 to $65,000 if you start an audit. For tax, it's $65,000 to $70,000, and for advisory, it's $70,000 to $75,000. If you have any specific questions regarding accounting internships, leave it in the comments below and I can try my best to respond. Thank you for watching!